how we got here. We got here through a tortured tale of abusing people, of trying to get outcomes, changing the rules to accommodate political desires, and it's ended today. I would love to go back to the traditional Senate approach of having to grab some people on the other side of the aisle to confirm a judge, but that was abandoned in 2013 for a purpose, to stack the D.C. Court of Appeals. That's where all litigation involving the federal government goes. And Senator Schumer and Senator Reid, to his credit, says, I did it, I'd do it again, and we should change the legislative filibuster. That's where Senator Harry Reid's at. I'm hoping that this election, people will listen to what Senator Cruz just said. We are one vote away from fundamentally changing the Second Amendment, changing how free speech works in this country, and on and on and on. So when they changed the rules in 2013 and filibustered Justice Gorsuch, requiring us to change the rules, it set in motion some things that I've worried about for a long time. But here's some good news. The Judiciary Committee got it right when it came to Judge Barrett. We did the right thing. It would have been wrong to deny her a vote. In my view, if you're a Republican, it would have been crazy not to vote for her. As a Democrat, you may not agree with her judicial philosophy, which is rejection of judicial activism and a originalist point of view of how you approach case and controversies, but you should have seen in her what I saw in Sotomayor and Kagan, qualifications. You've abandoned that. You expected me to impose the qualification test on Sotomayor and Kagan, and I did. It used not be this way. Justice Scalia got like 96 votes. Justice Ginsburg got 96 or 97. Senator Thurmond, my predecessor, voted for Ginsburg because she was qualified. Senator Hollings, a Democratic senator from South Carolina, voted for Scalia because he was qualified. What the hell happened? It wasn't us. Senator Lee made a very compelling case that it changed. It began, I think, with Barrett, continued with Thomas, Alito, and it crescendoed with Kavanaugh. And I want to thank my Democratic colleagues who did participate in the hearing so you could ask her hard questions and suggest that she would not be open-minded. I think you lost that debate, but you did show up to ask her questions. You should be here to vote. She deserves a vote, yes or no. If you vote no, then you're solidifying the idea that qualifications no longer matter. If you vote yes, I don't know if you could still stay in the Democratic Party. I'm still here. I voted for Sotomayor and Kagan. I'm doing fine. It's just a shame that we've allowed it to get to where we have. It's a shame that my colleague, Senator Feinstein, who opposed the process and opposed the nomination, had a moment of human interaction, which apparently is it's not enough to agree with the cause. You got to hate the people they want you to hate. Boy, America is in for a real tough ride. If it's not enough to agree with the underlying cause, you must hate to be really a legitimate liberal. It's not enough that you embrace the cause, but you have to hate. I hope that doesn't come on our side, because then we'll be reduced to hating each other rather than debating each other. It won't be about our ideas. It'll be about the fact that we just oppose the concept of each other. So I want to end this on a positive note. President Trump had a list that was vetted, and he picked Judge Barrett out of a list of really qualified people. As Senator Cruz said, I think maybe it's his most important decision. And this will be a historic moment. It's historic for young conservative women, knowing that there's a place at the table for you. I think it's a historic moment for the court to have somebody like Judge Barrett on the court who openly embraces their faith and has lived a consequential life. America is for all of us. African American and people of color who embrace Republican ideas and conservatism, they have a tough time of it in modern society. Same for women. So this is a breakthrough moment. I regret that we could not do it the normal way, but what I don't regret is reporting her out of committee. I could not have lived with myself knowing someone this qualified who worked this hard all their life to be a good, decent person is a giant when it comes to understanding the law, has the disposition that all of us would yearn for in a judge. I could not have lived with myself if I denied her her day. This is a culmination of a well-lived life. There's one more step in the process. That's the floor of the United States Senate. So whatever you think about Republicans or Democrats, and I know we're very divided, I hope you'll remember this was about Judge Barrett. This was about her and her qualifications. Was she worthy of the nomination? Did she conduct herself in a manner to be worthy of our votes? I think that is a very easy question. To my Democratic colleagues, you've denied her your vote. I regret that. But in the process of participating in the hearing, you pushed her hard, but you didn't go too far. For that, I do very much appreciate that part of the hearing. So we will go to the floor now. We'll take up the nomination of Judge Barrett on the floor of the United States Senate. I doubt if a single Democrat will vote for her. And I'll end with this. Elections do have consequences. I understood that Justice Kagan and Sotomayor would be the type judges that a Democratic president would be looking at. Highly qualified, of a philosophy closer to President Obama's than mine, and that's why I voted for both of them. Now we find ourselves in a situation where qualifications no longer matter. It's about holding open seats to have them filled after the next election. And we've lost sight that the individuals being nominated matter. I think they do matter. So I just want to, again, compliment President Trump for sending to the Senate this outstanding nominee, incredibly well qualified in every way you'd want to judge. And I don't know what the future holds for the Senate. I know there's an election around the corner, and a word of warning. The Democratic Party of 2020 is hell-bent on changing all the rules. There won't be 9 members of the court if they get the House, the Senate, and the White House. There'll be at least 13. The legislative filibuster will fall like the judicial requirement of 60 votes has fallen. D.C. will become a state. The Affordable Care Act will be replaced by some more aggressive form of socialized medicine. But that's for the ballot box. Today was a process that's been in place for a couple of 100 years. Advise and consent. So I am proud to have supported Judge Barrett. I think the people of South Carolina would be very happy with somebody like her sitting on the court judging us all. So the role of advise and consent has been around for a couple 100 years. The last couple of 3 decades is taking a sinister turn. But I would imagine that our founding fathers would probably be proud of the fact that a woman is on the court. Probably not possible when it first started as a nation. We have changed as a nation, I think, moving in the right direction. But the thing I like about Judge Barrett is that the Constitution was a document written and the words matter. And change comes when the people of the United States have a say about change, not 5 people. The most important thing we have done today is we've ensured that in the future, with Judge Barrett, that the societal changes that people hope and dream about are not excluded. She will redirect them to the process that the founders had in mind, the people making the change, not 5 justices of the Supreme Court. With that, we will conclude the nominating process of Judge Barrett, and I will end where I began. The committee did the right thing.